watching What the Hill Now.
Back to WTH, and I'm glad to introduce my good friend Matty. How's it going?
Good, I'm going pretty good. How are you doing?
It's doing great.
Good.
How's everything so far?
It's been pretty good. It's been nice and pretty out today. So I have, just been hanging around the house, and then I went and helped with my dad, and then I came here.
It's really nice out here, really.
Yeah, I wore long sleeves, so I think I probably wore the wrong attire for this.
And it's not too hot though, so you should be fine, at least for now. For those who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
So my name's Matty. I'm 21 years old, and I'm a junior at UNCG. My major is speech pathology. I am a waitress. Pretty much everything that's interesting about me.
Wow. What made you want to, actually, first off, what was your background like growing up?
I would say my background's pretty, well, my mom's a teacher and my dad is a firefighter. So I've got a lot of my education from my mother. My mom pretty much has taught me a lot of things. My dad, he's a firefighter, so I've been blessed to be in a good situation like that.
And what made you want to go into UNCG?
Part of it was kind of money-wise. So I'm paying for my own way, and it was just a cheaper option. Plus, I like the school. It's close to home. It's got a nice atmosphere to it. So it was a good choice.
What made you want to go with your major?
So actually, I was born cleft. So I had a scar. I have a scar right here on my lip, and a lot of people who are cleft. Luckily, not luckily, but I was fortunate enough to where I don't have to have as many surgeries. Some people who are born cleft have cleft palates, and they have a lot of issues that have come with it. And so that was something that had kind of always interested me. And when I got to college, I was like, you know what, I might just kind of look into doing that.
Now that you're a junior, what would you say your best memories up to so far?
My best memories of college?
Yeah.
I think my best memories is just kind of hanging out with my friends and kind of sitting out on pretty days like this. And sitting out on a towel eating and, just kind of chilling.
And, well, right now, just like me, we're also taking Chinese language. It can be very hard now, so what would you feel about that?
What do you mean? How do I feel about Chinese class?
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I think it's actually really fun. I enjoy our teacher. I think she's very sweet. And it's something that's just kind of interesting. So when I took it, I wasn't sure how well I would do. I thought it might be a hard class, and I was right, it is a hard class. But it is really fun, and I feel like it's an accomplishment. So that when you learn something, you're like, I finally got it. And I get excited about that. I just get excited about being able to learn something new.
And you also said that you're a waitress. So first, what made you want to go through it, and how did you manage to go through life with it?
As a waitress?
Yeah.
So my sister was a waitress, and the restaurant that she worked at, they have a chain of restaurants. They have 2 or 3, and they had one where I'm at, and they were just hiring, and I was like, well, I might try it. And I enjoy it. I think when you're dealing with customers, you have to be kind of picky how you act. You got to be very careful how you act around some people, and it tests your patience sometimes. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy my customers. They're all very sweet. I have regulars who come in to see me and who are very nice, and my coworkers, some of them are very nice as well. So I enjoy it.
What would be your plan once you be able to graduate?
So my plan is to graduate. So in order to practice speech pathology, you have to have a master's. So once I graduate, I'm going to hopefully get a job as an assistant until I can get my master's and practice it.
Follow up with the waitress thing. So far, you've never gotten in any situations with rude customers?
I actually have. So we deal with a lot of people who, now there are, I would say, micro, like, like just small things that you do. Like, customers can, like, when they look at you and they catch an attitude and they're like, this is nasty. And you're like, oh, well, I'm sorry, can I get you something else? They're like, no, I don't even want it. You're like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. And then there are customers who shake their cups at you and they're like, I want some more tea. And you're like, okay. But I've had customers who complain about stuff. Like, I had a party of 11 once come in and I was still very new at it. So this was a couple years ago. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll get you whatever you want. I think I probably ran back and forth to them pretty much for 30, 45 minutes, just kind of getting whatever they needed, and they weren't really happy with the food. Well, there were 11 people, and I think they left me a $4 tip that time. And so I was like, okay, you know, I was like, oh, you know, because I was just new at it. I was like, well, that's a little bummer, you know, it's a little, but it kind of also pushed me to be like, okay, well, not everybody's like that, and you just kind of work to be a better waitress.
Wow, so I guess it's like kind of like a, you know, a roller coaster, so forth.
It's nice, you know, it is kind of, you're right about it kind of being like a roller coaster, but most of the time it's pretty nice. You learn just to kind of, I have found that when you're nice to people, they're nice to you back. And I feel like it really kind of just changes how you treat people, because you know that if you're nice to someone and you're extremely nice, you know, you kill them with kindness. If I'm really nice to someone who is kind of has an attitude, they'll feel really bad about kind of being mean, if that makes sense.
Final question: who inspired you to keep doing what you're doing, celebrities included?
So my grandma actually inspires me. She's been there for me pretty much my entire life. So since my mom and my dad worked, I pretty much stayed with her when I was, you know, very little, and then growing up. She's always looking out for me, and she's the type of person I would say would give anybody the shirt off their back. You know, she's real sweet. And she just keeps pushing me to continue doing what I'm supposed to do, and just keeps me happy and sane.
Wow. I mean, I definitely understand that as well. So, with that, thank you for being a part of it. Do you have anything to say to viewers who also want to study for clef and also want to be a waitress as well?
If you're waitressing, I think you'll make good money, but a lot of times there will come with, you know, everything good and bad. Just be prepared if someone's not very nice to you. Just kind of be prepared for that, and just kill them with kindness, as I say. And then for people who are cleft, you know, it's one of those things where it kind of impacts how you view yourself. And for some people, it's kind of like kind of messes with your self-esteem. You know, it's just something that it's special to you, you know, that kind of makes you unique. I just hope people who are like that can just realize that they are unique.
Well, thank you very much again for taking your time. Best of luck with you.